No. Did the herbs change? So it was time to stop for the day, so I went ahead and shut it off, and there was no save point nearby. I think I was yellow, red, green last time, and now I'm green, green, red, so it's just RNG, I guess. Because these games, I know these games tend to have some kind of adaptive. Wait, was it here? Oh, that's the button thing. I know there's the adaptive difficulty thing, which I assume is still happening in this game too, but it's also random. And so there's like an element of pure randomization and an element of like it's weighted in favor of certain things. So even though you might be in the same situation, it doesn't exactly lead to the same outcome every time. But now I'm like hungry for yellow herbs now that I know that they are given to you. Sorry, now that I know they increase your health. I'm really bad in this playthrough about like I'm in the middle of multitasking and figuring things out and navigating, and then my sentence that I just leave, I'm like, it'll finish. And I'm just like, what did I just say? That didn't make any sense. Stone tablet. I don't trust this place at all. Huh. This area dwelled in my mind for like 18 hours. It'd be like the next thing I'd have to deal with. And since it's dark and I have a flashlight, I kind of expected it to be some kind of like complex nightmare where I'm dealing with these gates and so on, but also something's after me. Definitely thought something was going to happen here. Maybe that's just the whole room. Ugh! I hate doors! Hi. I expect one of you to get up. I sure do. It's locked. Ha 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 ha. No! 0 out of 10. You guys think this is the best Resident Evil game? Sliding tile puzzle says otherwise. I can't believe. I cannot believe that between Professor Layton and other game and this one, I'm playing like 3 consecutive games with sliding tile puzzles. What was the other game? Silent Hill Homecoming. I cannot believe my luck. What? This is like a genuine sliding tile puzzle, like the whole ass thing. The entire goddamn thing. No. 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 I hate these so much. Okay. So bottom left corner. I essentially need to change the order of these pieces so that it's this one has to be over there. Okay, that was actually bizarrely fast by usual standards. There's still a piece missing. There sure is. I am shocked how quick that went, honestly. You place the stone tablet. I wonder if you can set the difficulty of these things based on how you set up the starting positions, and that can like massively change how long it takes to get the thing done. I have legitimately been here for 20 minutes before trying to get one of those things done and just wanting to die. Salazar family insignia. Oh, goody. I should have checked all the things first. Wait, where am I going? Bye. Can I just go back the way I came? Does that work? Got disoriented about. Oh, we fell apart. Yeah, so I guess we're going the right way. I briefly thought some sort of path had opened in the area I was in, but I guess not. Every armor set is just primed. That's the game's fault. The game's the one doing upskirts now. Shame on you. Where I burned people to death. That was fun. Put in the round thing. You can now turn the thing. The dais, yeah. You're choosing these camera angles, game. This is your fault. For the record, I have seen nothing about Resident Evil 4 Remake, which is like news. Everyone's talking about the Silent Hill 2 Remake and the Resident Evil 4 Remake. I have not looked at either of them, and I usually don't.
Leon!
Ashley! You did good.
I'm sorry if I was...
Oh, don't worry about it. Come on, let's move on.
There we go. Yeah, sure. That was relatively brief, wasn't it? The Ashley chapter. Are there more? You received some items from Ashley. Oh, you get to keep them, and she didn't have to use any of them. So that worked nicely to do. Why are her items sideways, though? But I would like to know. Shotgun shots really do not stack all that much. Color coordinate. Actually, you should be over here. Because then it's spray, herb, and it's like from a transition from like red to green or something. Wow. So I have 3 magnum shots I can't use. Probably want a bigger inventory before I even think about that. Because we're running into problems.
Oh, what a touching moment we have here.
All spoiled thanks to your interruption. Why don't you do us all a favor and leave before the audience gets pissed off?
You're nothing but an extra in my script, so don't get too carried away. Your biggest scene is over.
I don't ever remember being a part of your crappy script.
Well then, why don't you show me what a first-class script is like through your own actions?
The script of this game is deranged. It's just wild. I don't know how they're gonna handle it with the remake, in that the people that have been handling the remakes have been trying to like make a more grounded, serious-ish version of 2 and 3. And so like when they do, Leon didn't even move. He's just in the same place the whole time. She was just gone, and he was just like, I guess I'll just stand here for the next like half an hour. Given the tone, like there's a lot of the original Resident Evils where I get the impression there's a goofiness that was kind of on accident and kind of a product of its time and kind of, you know, just video games are weird and silly and whatever. Resident Evil 4 is clearly on purpose. Like, very clearly on purpose. Oh, the triangles map. Thank you, Resident Evil Outbreak's weekly session, reminding me what map button is triangle in that game, and as by extension, telling me what it is in this game. And by triangle, I mean Y, but I don't know, it doesn't matter. I can easily switch between Xbox and PlayStation controls without even thinking about it, because they're the same controller. But like, this is the goofiest nonsense fucking game, and it's clearly on purpose. For me, it's a little funny, because once upon a time, I was gonna, like, do this big video about Resident Evil 6, but I was doing it without the context of having played the rest of the series. I just was diving into how much of a train wreck that game was in a vacuum as a non-fan. But one thing that would have been really dumb would have been to, like, to talk about the story not making sense, or the writing being dumb moment to moment, because, like, I mean... It was trying to be Resident Evil 4, and Resident Evil 4 is fucking absurd. Like, every moment of anyone talking, I'm like, what the... I can't believe this. To the point where, like, there's probably people that are like, yeah, Ada Wong's stupid, and I love that. Because, like, yeah, maybe people love that Ada Wong is just a nonsense character. Look at this, fuck! It's like multiple, like, roller coaster things going on around this environment. I don't even know which path to take. So there's a roller coaster thing. There's a weird platform thing. Does it work? Get on!
Wait here.
Who would build this? This is so above and beyond the trick doors of the Spencer Mansion, and just has gotten into something completely and utterly bizarre. Like, who made this room? Why does this room exist? How do you keep it like that all the time? Weirdly, the entire setting does feel in line with, like, Ninja Gaiden. Is the water level, is the magma level rising? No. Oh! Just the whole thing gets taken out? What the fuck? Okay. Is that thing turning towards me to shoot fire at me? No, it's not turning, that's just the wiggle of the screen. I'd say the writing sounds like it's on purpose, but other parts of the game, like, the level of silliness of the setting, it does admittedly line up with, like, my experience of playing Ninja Gaiden not too long ago. I think in a pre Gears of War world, I think video games were just less concerned about being the kind of strange, realistic that they've become known for. Gears of War is also a heavily stylized piece of weird, honestly. Thing's gonna shoot fire on me! No! We're all gonna die here. Oh, I just went backwards because you fucked with me. Ah, now on fire, and I'm gonna die of fire. He died of fire. What a loser. Okay, well that sucked. Man, I lost my yellow herb from Ashley's previous timeline. That sucks. But yeah, the more I play this, the more I am interested in seeing what kind of bizarre choices they might make in a remake. This is also clearly the game the least in need of a remake compared to 2 and 3. Because the OG style Resident Evil games, I think the gameplay style has its charm, obviously, but presentationally they're like next level out of date. And you know, well, I think something like Silent Hill 2 doesn't really need a remake at all, ever, to some extent, because the visually that game is so coherent, and like it doesn't feel like it needs to be updated really. It could just, because it's one of those games that kind of benefits from its somewhat grungy visuals. Is this an infinite spawning room? Okay. I could use fewer infinite enemies now. What do I do in this part? Okay, so you can see that guy sometimes. Oh, fire. I'm having trouble getting an angle on this guy. But I see him now, at least. Ah, fuck. There we go. Oh, of course. And now item. My controversial take for Silent Hill 2 is that if they're going to remake it, they should make it a survival horror game. Because I think that Silent Hill games lack gameplay. Not like a walking simulator, you just walk around, lack of gameplay. I mean, like, there is a severe lack of depth to the gameplay of Silent Hill games, to the point where I was very confused going into those games, because the discourse is shaped around this idea that, like, oh, the combat's bad on purpose because you're so disempowered. And I'm like, you're hilariously empowered in those games. You are so powerful in Silent Hill. You can obliterate everything. It's easy. You can depopulate the entire game world and still have ammo left in most games, especially the ones that people say are the good ones. I'm like, why did you guys all lie to me about these games for years? You're not disempowered at all. But I would like it. I would like a version of Silent Hill where you're navigating Alchemilla Hospital and you're like having to avoid the nurses and make careful choices about where to spend your ammo and where to spend your healing items and where to avoid combat altogether, like you do in Resident Evil games. Ironically, the games where you're a super trained mega soldier and you're only fighting regular zombies, and yet you have way more trouble fighting them than the Silent Hill dudes that are just some guy struggle against demons. I don't... Can't see... can I see him from here, maybe? Aha! Oofy! Okay, I get it though, I think. Ha! Take him out. Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Okay, so there was wings where you can make him go look all the way there. Yeah, I would like a Silent Hill game where you have to worry about your resources and you struggle a bit. I didn't really like Silent Hill Homecoming's particular attempt at that, but it got closer. But their version of combat was miserable. currently playing Resident Evil Outbreak with friends, and I'm kind of like, this is kind of where survival horror peaked a little bit, isn't it? Like, I'm gonna be a fucking madman here and be like, this might be one of the best implementations of the entire genre? Like, including being one of the best Resident Evil games ever made? I'm fascinated by that game. It's really cool. And it's a multiplayer game. It's a multiplayer survival horror game that makes the multiplayer not take away from the survival horror because you're all struggling simultaneously. And they do it so carefully by making it this big, elaborate puzzle box of a level. And each level is this big thing that you have to figure out together because you can't tell quite what's going on. And it might have been hard to experience that game the best way back when it came out. Because you would be playing in, like, with other people anonymously, potentially. But, like, we're playing the game with 4 people together who have never played that game at all, and we're all going in blind simultaneously in every mission and not knowing what every mission's going to do to us, and it's like, it's a wild ride solving each level one by one. And like, you take casualties every time. Like, so there definitely are other versions of this that have been attempted, like a little bit of Left 4 Dead, but that one goes with the idea of overwhelming you with so much stuff happening every second that, like, you're just gonna suffer consequences eventually. But I'm kind of fascinated in Resident Evil Outbreak's really specific method of, like, taking the old school formula and applying it to multiplayer and not suffering from that. It's a really cool, interesting project. There's enough variability between the 4 players and the complex environment with all of its puzzles and the somewhat randomized resources, but also just the insanity of what happens to everybody and who gets overwhelmed by zombies at one point and what items they die with and so on, that, like, you get this, like, emergent storyline each time of what particularly happens that run, which is cool. There is a lot to like about that game. Also, I took a lot of damage back there, and that was not good. Mine darts! That's what they're called? I guess I'm in podcast mode a bit because, I don't know, I just go into phases periodically in general, but right now we're, like, hanging out doing a Tomb Raider dungeon, apparently. Kind of taking a break from really active narrative and combat stuff. I am very happy to be finally playing Outbreak. So I'm simultaneously playing what might be the best iteration of what I like about Resident Evil, and turn around and I'm also playing this game, which is like the audience favorite, like, perceived peak of the entire franchise in a different way. That is an interesting little contrast, because this game is extremely different. Oh. Where this is. Not that I necessarily remember how to get around this area. I'll just check stuff out. Actually, map. Alright, that whole discussion was basically brought on by me being like, by the way, I've played another game where triangle was map. And that has me thinking. Might want to go this way just to meet the merchant. It's also the outdoor area. Help! That's the maze. Where was the outdoor area with the birds? That's where there was a place to push Ashley through a window. but this map doesn't show like terrain, so you have to interpret what you're looking at. That's the fire puzzle, I guess, that I just did. I like how this doesn't even begin to feel like it has a coherent like castle internal. This doesn't look like architecture. It's just like a bunch of random rooms floating in space. Don't think about it. I'm just trying to recognize room shape, I guess. Best of my ability. It's like, how do I get out of here again? This is like how we got in. Hello, buddy.
Welcome.
I remember this. It was very funny to see him right after the exit.
Rare things on sale. What are you buying?
At this point, I know to be like, oh god, if he happens to be selling a yellow herb. I'd be very excited about that.
What are you selling?
What are you selling? A handcrafted gold bangle with a beautiful decoration carved around it. That does not seem to imply
Thank you.
Illuminados pendant.
I'll buy it at a high price.
Yeah.
Thank you. Is that all, stranger? Is that all? Is that all? Thank you. What are you buying?
Do I do it?
Is that all? Thank you.
Let me go. Might as well get these when they're around.
Thank you.
I like the detail that doesn't cost. It doesn't take your money away till after you successfully put something somewhere. I've got a giant inventory in my back. All right, then. Look at all my ammo. This shit is stacked. I can hold so many grenades. Okay. Well. This could be going worse. Because this no longer goes across the whole screen, so time to obsessively recompile. This is either your most favorite or least favorite part of the playthrough. Inventory Tetris. Inventory Tetris. Inventory Tetris. Oh, it's perfect though. That is a satisfying chance to just carve off a whole chunk of the map or of the screen. This has been your requisite clicky noises ASMR. Have a nice day. Going across the whole bottom is not. Ooh, can I do it again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can kind of do it again. It's better or worse? Another real chaos mode is I gotta like, should I have interpreted it differently? Should I have been like, what if I stood them up? Well, what? This is 5 across, and that's 5 across, and it's 6 up, so no, that does not math out very well. But at the moment, things are fitting nicely. Get hold of space for activities and or a revolver at some point, maybe.
Time.
I didn't really buy supplies or any upgrades. I just got a bigger box for the potential of upgrades. Nowhere else to go here. Yeah, that's just the whole side area with the explodey barrel that I wanted to use. I'm always torn where I'm like, I don't want to waste everybody's time, but also there's clearly a thing I should be looking into, right? That is just a rail, that's just a shortcut all the way back to the end point. Down there was the shitty dungeon place. I really wish I could spot on the map and be like, that's the one! There's no need to go back. Okay, I'm gonna give up. I know the spot, like that spot where you push her through the window. It was outside where all the birds were. I just cannot, like, see it on the map and recognize it. I'm not even sure where else I can go at this point. Why don't you combine them? That's weird, right? You normally combine them in your inventory. Now I'm here. Side area. Now I'm going over here. Instead of over there. Which might be the main goal. I don't know. I instinctively go to the side area first. And half the time that's meant to be the main area. Because half the time if I went the main direction I would have found out that it was locked. Leon, please. You're only getting further off course. Leon just has a little chaos wrist. Like, he just wobbles off into space, basically. A surprising number of shooters have an aim wobble that is essentially just like a weird little V. Like, it goes like, it swings back and forth like a swing. I'm a little worried that I fucked up with the Illuminati thing. I've never taken something out of a thing yet. But when I sold the Illuminati thing for just a second, I was like, am I supposed to take the gem out of this somehow and put it in the other thing? Maybe I fucked up. But I've never been able to like examine something and take something out of it yet. I think there might be other Resident Evil games where you can like dismantle something. I like how there's just no internal space. Oh, there's just like a wallpaper in the background of like the horizon's just like a picture. That's cute. You weren't supposed to notice that because of the resolution of the game originally, but you can just like see that it's like a matte painting. Yeah, I think there's other Resident Evil games I've played, like 7 or something maybe, where you like get a weird piece of memorabilia and then you open it up and you're like, I got the eyeball out, or I got the key. But I don't think 7 had this whole thing where you reconstruct more valuable things to sell. I think it was just that there was a trick to getting the stuff you needed in order to continue sometimes. And this game doesn't have a tactile look at this model in 3D and rotate it around, but that doesn't mean you can't take stuff out of other things, but if that is an interaction they give you, it'd be like a relatively unique one. You know, I'm starting to think that once again 6 was referencing 4 when I see all this knight stuff in a castle, like that whole part with the church and the knights having like lasers and shit. 4 knights shall clear the path.
Wait.
Just hang on, I'll just be here for an hour. I don't know what to think about moments like this, honestly. Like, there are locks you can slowly, eventually destroy. And also in Outbreak I've been playing, like, you do just sit here and, like, you sit there and just shoulder check a door over and over again for, like, a minute straight. And then it breaks open, you're like, oh, look at us go. Wait, are these sliding tiles? Oh. Or block puzzle, I mean. Has to be centered. Oh, you can't center it. Congrats on your knighthood, Ashley. Ashley. Just shoved her onto it. Do the thing, Ashley.
Follow me.
I think you've lived long enough. Let's see if you can survive this time.
Oh. Oh! Guys, run for the door. Are you... Oh, okay. I'll get that bastard, I swear. Alright, time to solve this room very quickly. Yeah? Oh god. Okie dokie. Found the things. I feel like she should be a little more alarmed. Just her look at the ceiling comment was very calm, given the context. The spikes are really redundant at that point. Like honestly, the falling ceiling will do it for you before the... Oh. Oh. Can you not? Pretty please? Ashley. Ashley. Wake up. Grab your brush, put wake up. We should kiss up the table. I got a little nervous that it kept going, and I'm like, oh, is this going to be a problem for me? Is it going to keep coming somehow? I feel like it's really going to have to stop when it runs out of hallway. But all of the suggested tension did not disappear. He's really good at knives. Hi, we're back. What did I even accomplish? Is that a key item? It is a key item. Okay, the Queen's Grail. Okay, so we're back here. These levels are almost getting like aggressively like not interconnected and not continuous and are just like, so this happened. So this happened. It's the thing that it can be fun moment to moment, but I like I like having a big old mansion to deal with stuff in. I am a bad house guest. Do not invite me over. Got another thing. I don't know if there was a better way to solve this, but I found a way of doing it. It's 3 different gem colors. That's probably good. Maybe there was different options throughout. Also, maybe I could have put them in this one too. I don't know if those gems were different in quality, but I guess it seems like you might just continuously get more gems. And they're not unique necessarily. And maybe as long as you put 3 different ones in or something, you get like a good result, or maybe different combinations lead to different values. A toast to our Royal Majesty. There you go. Yep. Okay, so now I gotta get the King's Grail. Oh! That one's unbreakable. They're only sometimes breakable. So it comes as a surprise. These are so many chairs. I guess they are all like art rooms. So that does make some kind of sense that you would actually like hang out in these places. Look at the art. Because for a moment I was just thinking like, why have they converted every single inch of this space into another area for waiting? If you have this much art, you might as well have a way to hang out by it. Even if it's not even decorated, like in a specific art room or anything, but is instead just like populating every single open space.
Got some rare things. What are you selling?
What are you buying? What are you doing? 20,000. It's not worth that much.
Ah. Thank you.
It's just ultimately wasn't worth that much. Like my hauls are often so much bigger than that.
Is that all? Is that all?
Well,
thank you.
that happened.
What
Is
are
that
you
all?
buying?
Could do that. Ooh,
Is that all?
probably do that one.
Thank you. Come back anytime.
The rifle tends to just kill things in one hit with the headshots I'm aiming for. So lower priority for damage upgrades when it seems to be doing fine. The TMP will just... I said the correct name, gasp. We'll just like churn through ammo. A yellow herb. I somewhat lower prioritize Ashley's health just because I can often stash her entirely, and she also just sits out entire parts of the story. And the part where you play as her feels kind of designed for you to not have to deal with her at all. Whew. The part where you play as her seems kind of designed for her to be able to not take damage at all. Ow. It did both triggers last time, so I was ready for it to do AX that time. But that's not how it works. Finally took a hit. Womp womp. I feel like this room's gonna lock me in. Is it better that I leave her out, or is it actually gonna be in trouble? Let's find out. May wrath of evil befall the one who disturbs this holy grail. Something bad's gonna happen. Can't approach this for some reason. Alright, so that's gonna rotate and bad things are gonna come out. Oh, it's just shotgun shells on top of the statue. Okay. I saw the shiny thing, but did not recognize it as being ammo. Thought it might be some kind of mechanism I have to worry about how it's gonna attack me. Huh. Leon! She doesn't just suddenly get kidnapped outside. Please. Hi. Ha 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 ha. Can they hit each other? Are they vulnerable to bullets? I don't think they're vulnerable to knife. Huh. Just kind of strikes me as like an environmental puzzle, but I don't think anything's going on with these guys. Oh. That is a reaction. Wait. Oh! Okay. They've got tentacles inside. That's a lot of flailing. Ah! Ow. Ow. He closed that gap faster than I thought he would. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Usually they go down faster than that. The actual, like, the squid thingy. Like, once it was exposed, I figured, oh, I just shoot that and he dies. And then he didn't die! Surprise!
Wait.
Okay, let's see if I can avoid taking unnecessary damage at this point. I did the thing. Okay, why not? See what I can get out of bonus damage from this thing. They're definitely worse once the heads come off. Because now on top of swinging at you, they have just a flaily bit that keeps coming at you. I think they have a few different swings too. Come on guys, group up. Ah, God. I ran past them successfully so many times earlier. They're extremely not grouped up right now. If I could just interest you all in dying. Okay, there we go. Alright. Yes, this game does continually make me think of Looney Tunes shenanigans. Because it is just the silliest shit. Okay, this guy closes on you a lot. That goofy ass stock sound for like a splorch. No. Round 2. Fuck me. Really? Oh, he's worse now. He looks worse. He's probably worse. Oh boy. Yeah, these are like different nights or something. Oh. God, they do not. Run across the room and turn around does not actually buy you as much time as you would hope. Hence my problems. Oh boy. Nope. Ow. I thought that stood out as something. I was wrong. And now I die. I am in the process of dying. If they always did the overhead swing, I'd be reliably in a situation where I can control the situation, but like they do a little quick swish sometimes. What? Did this one, when did that one die? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, they have a much faster swing sometimes, and that one makes it so I can't reliably run past them. I just upgraded this gun, fuck you. Okay.
Follow me.
Come on. Any surprises from the crew? Sample retrieved. As you may have heard, Louis Serra has been disposed of by Lord Sadler. The sample is back where it belongs. I had hoped that the whole matter could be resolved without troubling the Lord. However, as long as the sample is safe, we can all rejoice, for our time is nearly at hand. Now that the sample is back in our safe hands, it'll be a bit more difficult for the troublesome woman to get it. In light of all this, it's unfortunate that Sarah had to go. Like us, he would have had a bright future if only he had shown more faith in our beliefs. As for the other 2 Americans, the Lord has left the matter in our hands. We must not disappoint the Lord. We shall capture Ashley and take her to the Lord and dispose of the American agent. You guys very much like to just tell me the plans and what's happening right now. It's just very consistent. Who's that note even for? No one's around here. Like, these are very moment-to-moment updates. It took you like, it would take you a bit to write that. It would just take a little while to write all that out, you know? Just stands out to me a bit. Much like that other guy's weird need to like explain his plans to me, and I'm like, I will use this information against you. I don't have a lot of ammo for this. I should probably hold off. Okay. Briefly got concerned somebody was upstairs or something. How's everyone feeling today? Parched? Oh. What, did my grenades get stronger? I think it's ninja rules. When there's too many of them, the game's like, they're made of paper now. His head exploded. That one grenade really skipped most of the fight. Wow. Wasn't expecting it to be quite that effective. God, there's snakes in here? Rude. I will devour the egg from whence you... whatever. One of them wasn't glowing, so I thought it might have been an enemy. Hello. I can. This ladder stood out a lot. Where do you go? Have to admit, I'm curious. Oh! Okay. What if we don't and say we did? Oh.